Congratulations to our player at the Lucky Wheel who just won a luxury car.
Yo, what is up, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls? Welcome back to another video. Welcome back to my channel. This kind of looks off-centered. I just noticed that. Alright, maybe it's not. Alright, how about this way? I mean, it definitely looks off-centered. I think. I don't know. Maybe I'm just seeing things. Anyway, this is the Lampadati Casco. Casco. We'll say Casco. It is an amalgamation, which is essentially a combination. I don't know why they don't just say combination. Most vehicles are, in this game, an amalgamation of multiple vehicles. This one specifically is an amalgamation of Italian supercars from the late 50s to early 70s, such as the Maserati 3500 GT, the Ferrari 250 GT SWB, especially the 250 GT Bellernete Lusso and the GTE, and early models of the Fiat 124 Sport Spider. It also takes some design cues from the Volvo P1800. A lot of information there. We're just gonna say this is a we'll say it's a Maserati. No. I don't know. Lampadati is... What is Lampadati? Let me see. Okay. Lampadati is based primarily on... It looks like Lampadati is mostly based on Maserati, but okay, so Maserati and Jaguar. So we'll say this is a Maserati. So it would be the Maserati 3500 GT for the sake of the video. We're gonna head down to LSIA. We'll get our performance test. It is completely stock. I put this one... I kind of spent a lot of time actually rearranging some cars and just trying to figure out where I was going to put it. Originally, I was going to get a couple of different classic cars and put them in their own garage somewhere, but you only have 8 garage spaces, and the way I organized things, it wasn't really working out. So eventually I was just going to put them all in garage 3 with some of the cars in there, because there's some spaces in there, but it wasn't really working the way I wanted it to. But eventually I decided it's more of a Class C car than a classic car, so I put it in the bottom, it's not in the lower level, but beginning in the lower level of my garage 3 in the office is like the Class C cars. Like, it's got the Rolls Royce, the Bentley, the Z-Type, it's got the Roosevelt Valor, the 300 SL, which one of them actually happens to be out in the parking lot. But it's in that sort of group of cars, kind of the Class C cars, you know, not necessarily luxury, not sports cars, not muscle cars. I mean, some are luxury, obviously, cars, but like the older luxury cars, essentially Class C cars. But anyway, enough of that. We'll head down to LSI, get a performance test, and then we'll head back up to the office garage, get all the customization, aesthetics, all that kind of stuff. And then we will... I guess that'll be the end of the video, so we will sign out after that. So I'll see you down at LSIA. Alrighty, here we are down at LSIA, of course. It is a little dark still, so I'm gonna try and talk over the startup sound so you guys can't get that real quick right now. No, but I want to do the headlights and taillights first. So there's your reverse light. That's kind of interesting. You only have one light back there. And same with the tail light. There's only the top one as well. Alright, well, either way, there's your brake lights. You can kind of get the sound as well. Alright. It sounds pretty damn good. So I chose, once this was on the podium, I ended up choosing the 300 SL, the Sterling GT. I don't know what I said when I was still in the casino, but I ended up choosing the Sterling GT to be driving around the past week, just about, because I figured this kind of sounded similar to that. I'm not far off. Also, I like how you can hear not only the exhaust, but you can actually hear the engine as well. You know, normally you don't hear that. You just hear what the exhaust is giving off. So, anyways, enough playing around. Go ahead and open up all of the doors. I believe it'll just be, yeah, there's nothing else, I don't think. So, very nice V8 in there. Gotta love it. Kind of untextured on the engine block itself, but that's how it goes. Makes sense. Take a look in the interior. It is, of course, manual. Wouldn't have it any other way. Of course, got the old window. The old window. We'll say. Shoot, what would that be called? I don't know. Can't think of it. Decent trunk space. It's not perfect. It's not a lot, obviously. Nice pedals. Mechanism. The old window mechanism. Very basic door. I'm surprised it actually is 3D textured though on the inside. Well, for the most part. Not everything about it is, but anyway, decent interior. It's very classy, like I said, very old. We'll go ahead and close these and hop in, get our startup, all that kind of stuff. Obviously you already heard it, so, but we can still get a startup for real. Ooh, too bad it's November. God damn. Okay. Ooh. Look at the carbon fiber dash with the lights shining through it too. Alright. Before I fail November, let's go ahead and get a acceleration and all that kind of jazz. Starting from whenever I said jazz, because that's when I hit the acceleration. So there's your, that's 80, I guess. You can actually see the speedometer pretty well, actually. It's not clear, but you can make out enough of the numbers to see that. We'll bring it around this end. I actually really like this car. This is heist month, so the original 5 heists are double money, I believe, for the entire month. Let's see what we can get up to. That's about 120, I think. It's going to be about as high as it gets. We'll try on the return trip. But this month is heist month, so double money. This week I imagine this week it's all five of the original heists. And then next week I'm sure it'll be whatever was after those heists. Doomsday? I don't think they were next, were they? I don't know. But I'm sure each of the 4 weeks, I believe, of this month will have double money on different heists. But anyway, 130 seems about 135. Ooh, seems to be about the top speed. But anyways, what I was saying was, this is the first 5 original heists, and this is the vehicle the Rashkovsky car from the Prison Break heist. So I imagine each week they'll have a vehicle that has to do with whatever heists are double money. So anyways, we'll get our brake check from, this is the e-brake from right there, just before the end of the white line, so like the end section of the white line. And I gotta be honest, the brakes aren't even that good. What car is this? Sports Classics, I figured. But the brakes aren't that good. I get that it's going 130, 132-ish. But for an old car, I guess the brakes are alright. I still would expect better for it being essentially a pretty low speed. Although, I have seen some pretty good brakes from lower speeds. So, I guess it's not too terrible, but I don't know. I would expect better braking for, first of all, a car that's built like this. Like, it's a sports classic, so you know, at the time it was a sports car. I mean, it still essentially is, but so you would expect it to be built better, I guess, with better brakes and all. But anyway, regular brake from right there, same sort of section of the white line, not right off the tip, but just the end section of it, roughly right about there or so. So regular brakes still not as good as I would expect, but pretty decent. I imagine if you combine the two, you know, it'd be pretty good. I've never tested it like that. I'm not going to start because it's just going to add more things to the, it's just going to take up more time, but I imagine adding the brakes would, or combining the brakes would add to it. It's a little rainy, so maybe we can get a donut test. Didn't think to do it when it wasn't raining. I wasn't expecting it to be raining at all, I guess. But yeah, not very good, even in the rain. It just doesn't have as much, doesn't have enough acceleration, enough power. But anyway, we'll head back up to the CEO office garage 3. We will check out the customization Rockstar put on. It looks pretty standard, I would say, for a car, for any car, but this car specifically. But we'll check out what Rockstar put on. Maybe it's something interesting. I imagine the wheels are stock, and they don't look like they're colored, but maybe if you change them they'll be colored. I don't know, we've seen that in the past, but we'll check it all out and figure it all out very shortly. Alrighty, so back in the garage, we are in the workshop, of course. Yeah, so the armor, brakes are stock, engine is stock, but you can see obviously the performance change there. Pretty standard horn. It might be a little different, but I think it's pretty standard for the most part. We do not have the classic yellow headlights. They are the white, which is kind of nice. Neon kit, obviously, I mean, these are all, that's always the same. I don't even know why I show that anymore. The plate, blue and white. Respray. Rockstar put a classic this time. Sunset red. I'm not sure what would come stock on this car. I'll have to check. But the primary color would take up essentially the entire body. I don't know of... It kind of looks like... Okay, it does the stitching as well, so that's pretty cool. On the seats, I don't think it does it on anything else, but I like that. That's pretty cool. Good touch. Secondary color is the same. Metallic. It's actually metallic sunset red. It wouldn't do anything because the primary color is classic. But basically, for secondary colors, metallic and classic are the exact same. It doesn't matter. If you put metallic on, it's classic. I imagine if you put classic on, it will be metallic as well. Maybe not. I'm not positive. I'd have to test that. But essentially, if you have a primary color, a metallic primary color, and you put a pearlescent on, the pearlescent would transfer to the secondary color. I assume that, I would imagine that's only if you put it on metallic. If you specify a classic color for secondary, I don't believe the pearlescent would go from onto both primary and secondary. I'm not positive, but anyway, the secondary color on this car will change. Any secondary options that there may be, I don't even know if there will be. We've got this little bit of the front grille, front bumper, and then that looks to be about it. So interesting. I don't know what else obviously would change. We'll check that out. Crew emblem for once actually goes right there on the hood instead of the door. It's very decently sized, considerably sized, proportionally sized. I don't know, that's not the word I'm looking for, but anyway, suspension is not going to change dramatically, but it's a decent, it's do it to your own discretion, because it's not that much of a difference, but it's still, I don't know, I don't even know if it looks better, but to each their own. Do it to your own discretion, I guess. Transmission is stock, of course, but it will change the acceleration a little bit. Turbo, let's hear these. I'm sure with this car it's gonna sound good. I don't know if my 300 SL has turbos in it or not. And you can hear that spool up and the blow off. Beautiful. You just gotta. Let's see. So they are not colored from the podium. So there's that. I'm not even gonna look for a wheel that looks like that because I've never seen one. I'm very confident that is a one-off. If it's not, it's not. But I'm pretty confident that it is. So let's see. The windows. I feel like this is one of those cars that should have like the darker windows. Maybe not completely limo tint, but you know, a little bit of darker tint, not the light smoke. I mean, it is considerably darker than just no tint, but I don't know, it's personal opinion, really, personal preference, but I feel like this is one of those kind of cars that should have a somewhat darker of a tint. But anyway, I guess there really isn't that much options. We'll head back into the garage. Obviously, here we have some of the other vehicles. This is, like I said, on the second floor, and you can kind of look down, see what I mean by like classy cars. You know, it's got these other ones, the 300 SL. That one was the podium one. That one was mine. These vehicles. The Christmas one was the podium one. This one I bought, I imagine, when it came out and customized. This I bought, it was free from the guest list or whatever, back when the nightclub DLC was coming out. 2018, that must have been. 2019. Hold on. No, that would have been 2018, I think. But anyway, and then this one was podium. This was podium. Roosevelt Valor was podium, Z-Type was podium, Bentley was podium, Windsor Drop was podium. Most of my cars these days actually came from the podium at one point or another. I mean, that kind of makes sense. The podium has been out. The casino has been out since 2019. So yeah, nightclub must have been 2018 then, all the way back then. Wow. 3 summers ago. 2021, 2020, 2019. 4 summers ago. 3 years, but 4 summers. Wow. 3.5 years ago. But anyway, we got the classy cars and then the classic not even classic cars. It's just from there it just kind of goes to like those. I think the Komoda is above, and then there's a 1 space, and then we've got the 5 SUVs up there, or some amount of SUVs. I'm not quite sure on the number. I think it's 5. But anyway, some of which were podiums, some of which I bought. Anyways, that has been the review of the Lampadati Casco, seen in the Prison Break heist, one of the original 5 heists in the game. Came out, I assume, 2016, 15, somewhere around there. Before I started playing, 2015, I would imagine. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please press the like button, subscribe if you have not already, turn post notifications on so you never miss out when I upload new videos. Please leave a comment, let me know what you think, or something else, something random, I don't know, I don't care. It's your choice, your comment. I do enjoy reading comments though. But I will see anyone who decides to come out next week for that podium vehicle video. I will see you all then. Take care, everybody. Peace out, and have a great night. Yeah, alright. Sick.